All right. The shit says we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RipTheWarriors.com. My name's Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. Jesse might not be on tonight, but brand new to the scene, our homie Ray. Ray, go ahead and let the people know who you are, where they can find you on social media, all the good shit.
Hey, thank you guys for having me, man. I truly do appreciate it. Ray from Ray's on my Plot of Soup, the podcast just started last month, so I appreciate anyone for listening. You can catch me on Twitter, Darce_Smokes.
There you go.
All right, folks, and of course my shit froze for a second on there. That happens all the time, don't worry. But all right, so a week of it was weird. After 244, everything kind of died down. And this last weekend, the card that Jesse won't watch is Greg Hardy's on it. That went down, and then a bombshell. We might as well just go right into it. Not even bombshell. It was like, I hate to say it this way, like a freak show. You couldn't stop looking. You couldn't stop watching. Right? It was like a train wreck. Right, so the nose last weekend post. Oh, we got Nick Diaz. He has shit he wants to say and all this stuff. Anyone that's watching Nick Diaz interview knows, like, okay, this might not be the smoothest shit ever happened, but I want to hear from the guy. Let's see what's up. And he goes on. It turns out it was recorded on like a Wednesday night, like really late and shit. So who the fuck knows what was up with Nick? But he did not look great, right? But Fred, real quick, Fred, I wanted to get your take on this. What did you think when you saw it? Because I had my opinions on it, but everybody's opinion was everywhere on this shit.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot to unpack here. First off, I didn't know they recorded it at night. And for all of me, that explains a little bit. Look, again, anybody who's been following Nick Diaz's career, he's not the most eloquent cat in the world. He's never been known for speaking great. And he's known to have anxieties and shit like that. So all these things are known. That being said, bro, this was fucking hard to watch. There were some real dicey parts, bro. Right, I've actually just been kind of getting through it. I've what is it, like a 45-minute interview or something like that shit?
Yeah,
it was about them. In fact, like it was a lot longer than that. I wish you would put out the unedited shit, but
I'm glad he fucking didn't. Keep that shit unedited. So it's taken me a while to get through it. I've been having to get through it piece by piece. I literally just kind of finished it up about a half an hour before we went live, and he told a fucking story about getting bit by somebody and was about to fucking choke him or some shit. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
I smoke a lot of weed, okay? There's the big joke. They're like, maybe Nick shouldn't be. And look, real talk. Everybody's like, what's wrong with Nick? People want him to fight again. Okay, let's go right here. I do not think it's fucking CTE. No. Nick hasn't fought in a month of Sundays. And he wasn't getting the shit beat out of him when he was fighting. I mean, he took his licks, but not to the point to where he should be stuttering and stammering like that, knowing he's been speaking like that. Do I think that he might have been on some fucking Xanax or had a few drinks or something? Quite possibly. I feel like he's probably partying a bit and not just the fucking pot. It seems like he had a little buzz going on. There were moments where he would be fine, and he would kind of low-key make some sense. And then, in typical Nick Diaz fashion, he would just kind of start stammering some weird shit, Jack, and you would kind of be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just explained like 6 different things that didn't nobody even ask you. Overall, do I feel like after watching this interview, I don't want to watch Nick Diaz fight? No. I've seen a lot of that on Twitter. I think I've seen a lot of people like, I don't ever want to see him fight again. For me, it felt like he just was kind of fucked up. Now, might he have a little drinking problem? I don't. That's not for me to say. It's also, what is he, 36?
Yep.
He fought for 15 years. He made a shitload of money in that GSP fight. Fuck all y'all. Maybe he's in Vegas getting his fucking snake kissed. Maybe he is drinking and popping Zanes. And look, he probably shouldn't be doing that. But who are we to judge? Yeah. I don't think he has CTE. He hasn't been in a fight in a long time. And I don't think he has a drug problem. You know what I'm saying? I just think he might have been a little high. Y'all remember the interview that Chuck Liddell did?
Oh, yeah.
Where he was fucking zoning back in the day, like fucking barely nodding out for the interview. This was better than that. So, yeah. I don't know. What do y'all think? There was a lot of comeback.
It definitely wasn't, one of Nick Diaz's best moments. But I think that he hasn't had many moments in the last few years. So people are just dissecting this thing, man, and turn it into this big deal. And it really doesn't have to be. So as far as the not wanting to see Nick Diaz fight again, I can't go that far because if the man gets matched up, God damn it, I'm gonna be watching the shit. So y'all can go somewhere else with that. It wasn't one of his best moments, but again, he just hasn't had too many moments in the last 3-4 years. So they're just picking this thing apart.
Yeah, look, when you just like I said, when you're gone for a few years and shit, people, any little thing gets magnified times 10, right? Not to mention his brother just got, lost a fight, whatever the technicality got, doctor stoppage, whatever, doesn't really matter. He lost a fight. He kept talking about like, I just saw my brother get kicked in the head. I'm not having a great week,
Right.
And yeah, look, if you've seen any Nick Diaz, and people are like, I don't want to hear about that whole that's how Nick Diaz does interviews. That's how Nick Diaz does interviews. If you know anything about the dude, he has to think about what he says, and then he thinks about it, and then like when he's prepared, when he's in fight camp,
not the best speaker.
Exactly. But when he's in camp, he thinks about what he's doing, what he's about to say, right? And it comes out not smooth, but smoother than this. You could tell he went in this, had sort of an idea what he want to talk about, and then kind of was coming up with it as he was going, because he was jumping back. It was like a pick your own fucking adventure book. Just back and forth here and there, all over the place.
Real talk, I think he was high. I'm not
exactly what I thought,
and I'm not talking about weed. I think he might have smoked a little bit, but I think he might have been on a Zane or had a drink or something. Because I mean, he didn't look wasted, but he looked like he clearly had a little buzz. And if they recorded it at night, in New York City.
Yep.
Fucking young, rich man. I mean, shit. Maybe not rich, but you know what I'm saying? He got some money. He probably had a little buzz. Like,
right. No, and then, and now, like, today has the Instagram. If you watch his Instagram, dude went out for a run. And then he was working out. Like, it's not like he's out of shape. You know what I mean? He's not in the best shape, obviously, but it's not like he's out of shape. And he could be getting back into, like, a fight shape now.
He looked good, though.
He still looked good.
Physically speaking, he looked to be in decent shape. He didn't look like he'd been sitting around eating potato chips and shit. And we all know, like, Nick and Nate are vegan, so we know physically can probably go. I kind of agree with what Ray said. I think because we haven't seen him in so long, people are just dissecting the fuck out of it. And yeah, he looked a little weirdy-beardy. He sounded kind of off, but, like, is that really that? I mean, I realize it's a little different than, like, I seen people, like, posting Nick Diaz interviews from his Elite XC days. That was 137 years ago, dog. Like, how many blunts he smoked since then, and drinks he's had, and tours he's banged. Like, he's lived a lot of life since then, man. I didn't think he sounded as bad as everybody was making it out to be.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Now, do we want to see him fight Jorge? Is that because that's what they were mentioning? He said he wants that. For me, I gotta say, I don't. You okay? Eddie. Yes?
Okay. I want to see it, but it almost seems like that's the only fight for him right now. That makes sense? Like the way they're setting it up and the way the narrative, I guess, is going. That's almost the only fight there is for him. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one that will sell the best, I guess. And I guess with Nick not really wanting it, I tell you what fight I want to see, but I know Nick probably won't go with it. I want that motherfucking Robbie Lawler rematch. Like, I'm still clamoring for the Nick Diaz Robbie Lawler rematch from 100.
That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, shit, longer than that, probably 15.
Yo, real quick. What weight class is Mickey Gall?
70?
He's 70, right? Yeah.
Carlos Condit Carlos just pulled.
Yeah, he pulled out.
Carlos just pulled.
And to the people who were even excited about Carlos Condit in the first place, I got something else exciting for you. Tank Abbott is apparently making his return. Why don't you go watch that shit?
Let me tell you something, Jack.
Come on, man.
I'm from a little known part, a little ghetto part of Ohio called Dayton. I shit you not, like 3 or 4 years ago, I seen a flyer and Tank Abbott was fighting a motherfucker in a backyard on Dixie. Oh, my mama. I was like, there's no fucking way this is real. And then I seen the YouTube video, bigger shit. He was in a backyard on Dixie, which is just a little ghetto street in Dayton, fighting some local yokel tough guy. I mean, it was fucking completely disrespectful.
That's wild, man. And I get it. Carlos Condit, man, he's got this whole nostalgia thing, and people want him to be what he was, but he's just not. He's not, man. And Mickey Gall is kind of an actual fighter at this point, right?
I think the reason I brought it up is because if Nick Diaz wants to get saucy, he wants to get crazy. They both got good ground games. They both got hands.
Mickey Gall,
Nick Diaz.
How dare you?
I don't know.
No, listen. If people aren't down in the Jorge fight, think about it though. Think about it.
Trying to think.
Like, I'm not saying that Mickey Gall is anywhere near the level of
right?
Nick Diaz as far as clout goes or anything, because he's not. But if he comes back on short notice and whoops the shit out of Mickey Gall, he opens up the whole world.
I wish I could do a good Nick Diaz impression right now, because Nick would smack the shit out of you for even fucking proposing that to him, for starters. And secondarily, he would tell you to go fuck yourself. Nick Diaz wouldn't fight Mickey Gall if Mickey Gall caught him in a bathroom stall, Jack.
And Nick Diaz would fuck him up. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, real quick, let me catch up on some comments real quick. MMA God saying, "What's up, the Ray? What's up?"
Oh, my man, MMA Gods. Hey, that dude's been a massive supporter for a long time. I love interacting with him on Twitter. He's great.
He's a man. He's always here. Obviously, Mr. Jeremiah. One and only.
MMA God saying he's living up. He's living up good right now. Like Hawani said, he's living his 20s and his 30s. Yeah, he spent most of his youth fighting. So
right.
Honestly, the best thing for him right now might be getting back in camp for a fight. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think it'll in a BJ Penn-esque way. It'll force him to not be out there fucking around. So
right, only his close friends can really say if he has a bad drinking or drug problem. Honestly, during the interview, you guys caught it. He says, like, people keep telling me I need to fix my friend circle and all this stuff, and it's like when I heard him say that, I was like, oh, he might have an issue. Yeah. There might be something up with him.
Yeah, I mean, real talk before we get away from the Nick Diaz thing altogether. Him talking about being bitten by somebody and getting into, like, I'm assuming some kind of street fight or street scuffle or some shit. All jokes aside, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. That's not okay. That's not cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nick Diaz shouldn't be fighting with nobody on the street. I'm all for partying. If you're rich and young and you got money, fuck them hoes, do them drugs, enjoy life. You only get one. But don't ruin it. Don't do something that could get you sued and get all the money and hoes taken away. Like, you can't be out there fucking fighting people. You're a trained killer. Yeah, absolutely.
What about this?
Now, see, that's
Dan Hardy. I take it back. I like that one. I take the fuck Mickey Gall. I like this one. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, that's a little, and I don't think Nick will jump at that, but at least that's somewhat of a sexy name. They've both been gone for a long time.
And Nick versus Diego Sanchez. It'll have to be at like bare knuckle boxing, dude, because Diego's out.
Diego's gone.
Hardy, I don't want to see Dan Hardy fight no more, man. I'm good on that. I know he wants to make a return, but I'm good on that.
I never even knew what happened to Dan Hardy.
Oh, dude, he's got that wolf heart.
What the fuck does that mean?
2 heartbeats.
What the fuck does that mean? He seems to look good to me.
All I know is
he could have a heart attack in the middle of the octagon or whatever is what their commission's fear is.
Jesse Dubac, ladies and gentlemen, in from the middle of the hood right here. What's up, dude?
Sorry. I started hearing the craziness that Fred started spewing, and I had to be the reasonable person to come in here.
All right. So okay, Ray. First of all, Ray, Jesse, Ray. All right.
Jesse, what's up?
All right. Second of all, it don't even matter, dude. Ray, Jesse happens to be the guy that's either contrarian or he comes with a voice of reason. I'm sure he's about to shit on us for saying that Nick Diaz should fight again. But Jesse, go ahead. What do you think about this whole Nick Diaz thing?
Wait. You guys want him to fight again?
Oh, see, here we go.
Man,
I want to see it.
Go ahead, Jesse. Jesse, what do you think? Go ahead.
If Nick Diaz wants to fight, I'm good with it because he's a grown-ass man and he can decide what he wants to do. But personally, if you're asking me, like, do I want to force him and write him a big check just so he can come back? No. If he's the one that comes to the UFC and says, I want this fight, like he did with Anderson, right? With Anderson, he wanted that fight and he came back. His best for money.
The Starbucks Wi-Fi, bro.
Or
you good? You there?
No.
Dude, you're like chopping up. You there? That's the price. That's the problem with doing this shit live, but it's all good.
Pull that fucking rapist van up closer to the Starbucks so you can get that bag. I hear you talking about Chuck Liddell and all that bullshit.
Dude said the rapist van.
That's how Jesus.
You don't know. He's
ass white van. That's why he's got that little punk ass little symbol there so we can't see him.
Low key, I want to.
I do.
Go ahead, dude.
I'll be back.
Oh, Jesse, you can hear us now? All right, cool.
Jack, do your thing.
Yeah, I could hear the whole time. It's just me, I guess.
Oh, really? Okay, because we couldn't hear you for. Oh, fuck! There he goes.
You can hear us the whole time, motherfucker. Your connection's on dead.
Then he goes click. Anyway, all right. Oh, here we go. Jeremy goes, please not this again. LOL, Jesse in the robot voice.
Listen, I think I understand what Jesse was getting at, right? If Nick really wants to do, but come on, Jesse.
Good.
Ain't that a bit?
Jesse? Yeah, it happens. Anyway.
No, just that. If he wants to come back, if he wants to come back, then come back. If he doesn't, I'm good with it. I don't want to force him into anything.
You were saying they wouldn't be the voice of reason. What did you mean? Like, what were you going to talk about?
I think people are over exaggerating this whole that interview with the nose and how he looked damaged and stuff. But I also do think that Ariel Helwani is a terrible interviewer.
100%.
And I think you said it best. A real good person that knows how to interview people would have guided that conversation better than just kind of letting willy-nilly talk about whatever and not have a focus in that interview. What is he doing in the
sorry. That's what I'm saying. No, he's rolling. But the funny thing is we can see him. I'm sorry, I can't. That's like
an MMA show on the goddamn interweb. You understand?
I swear to God, how we're not bigger than we are, it's beyond me. I have no idea.
All right,
but does that sound unreasonable to you guys?
What? Him actually wanting to fight?
Yeah, like I want to see him fight if he wants to fight. I don't want to.
That makes sense.
Listen. He wouldn't be. Do you think that if he didn't? Nick talks a lot of shit. Clearly, he wants to fight, or he wouldn't be there. He didn't have to do no fucking interview with Ariel Helwani. He's doing this interview because clearly he's wanting to fight again. I mean, at least that's the way I take it. And Nick didn't have to do a goddamn thing. He ain't done a motherfucking thing for 2-3 years. Clearly, I see this as him wanting to engage and there you go, Jack.
Yeah.
Collard green soup, you understand me?
He kept saying like go ahead.
No, I don't think so. I think Ariel is the type of guy who will bitch and moan and complain to his management until he gets him on there. And he probably, somehow no, but I'm saying like he's the type of person that would just harass somebody until they were finally like, fine, I'll give you like 20 minutes of my time. Like, meet me here. Like, he probably gave him such the runaround, and finally, like, Ariel had to, find him, at his hotel room or something, and, like, do this whole, like, moving around to get this interview. Because it just, you know how it is with the Diaz brothers. Everybody talks about how they're ultimately difficult to hammer down. You literally have to be on a minute-to-minute basis if you want to interview them. Because one minute they can be like, we're on our way. And the next minute they're like, well, we're rolling blunts in the park. We'll be there in an hour or two. Maybe we won't even show up.
They were in the goddamn ESPN studios, Jesus. Nick was there on his own goodwill, for sure. That's exactly what he wanted to do. He was there. I mean, it is clearly Nick is somewhat looking to fight again. You know what I mean? Like, or he wouldn't. I don't think he would be doing any of this.
And like he said,
I don't think he's being forced into it or some shit like that.
And he said a lot too. He was saying, "You fought my baby brother. I'm the real BMF here, and you fought my baby brother for it, and all this stuff. And why are you talking about baptizing my little brother and all this shit?"
Real quick,
I didn't love that.
Hold on, Fred.
Like everybody else did.
Am I the only one that wanted to see Ray actually roll it up here so we could see his technique?
Oh,
I'm just saying.
No, hey, don't worry. We got to see you in the background the whole time. No, we got to see you the entire time in the background. We're like, what is he doing? This is the best comment we got. It was like, everyone's asking us like, hey, he's making Ray's homemade soup. What's going on?
A lot of soup, baby. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit.
Hey, man, I roll quick blunts, man. I used to live in a house with like 7 other dudes, and I was like the designated blunt roller. So
shit, man. Someone's got to do it.
Damn, should have that job that guy that hangs out with Snoop Dogg. I think he was getting paid like, what was it, like $50,000 a year just to roll blunt?
Rogen. Or didn't Seth Rogen hire a guy too?
Yeah.
Or it was Seth Rogen that he hired.
Really?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg hired Seth Rogen to roll his personal blunts for a while.
No shit, that's pretty dope. Anyway, but that's pretty dope. All right, but the whole
fucking job at.
Yeah, exactly. No, all right. So straight up though, with the whole Fred, you say you didn't love the whole baby brother thing, my little brother thing.
No,
What was
listen. I guess I just felt like if I'm Nate, I'm watching this going, hey man, fuck you, Jack. I ain't your little brother no more, motherfucker. I'm a headliner. I still want that rematch. I know Nate doesn't feel that. I know Nate loves Nick and reveres Nick, but it felt like he was kind of downplaying that a little bit. Like, oh,
Right.
you didn't really beat the baddest motherfucker. You beat the baddest motherfucker's little baby bruh. That's just that's not my little bitty baby bruh back there.
He's him a little bit.
I was like, yeah, a little bit. Like, yo, all due respect, Nick, you ain't false as Hector was a puppet. We just put him to sleep last week, so chill out.
Goddamn.
Savage.
Yeah.
Savage.
All right. So, end of the day, we all want to see. It sounds like we all want to see Nick fight more because he wants to than anything. But he kept saying it's in the UFC's hands. It's on Dane. The ball's in Dana's court, basically.
Okay, but let's do this before we get off this topic, and then we have to push the fuck on. Who do we want to see him fight ultimately? He obviously is throwing Jorge Masvidal out there. The only reason I'm not, I like that fight, but for me, I'm rooting for Colby's bitch ass because I think if Colby beats Usman, which I do find unlikely, but if he does win, I feel like that's the fight for Jorge. Jorge Colby for the welterweight belt. That's the big one.
I don't want to see it.
Agreed.
I don't want to see Colby have any more success than he's already had. I'm done with this show. I want off of this ride right now.
Okay, why?
I just can't, dude. You gonna make me go there?
Go there, dude.
First off,
just go there.
Start with Maga. I ain't
Okay,
about
fair
that
enough.
shit. Low key. And then my man is like cringy as shit when he's on the internet posting pictures with these random ass chicks. I mean, some of them be fine. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. But look, I mean, come on, man. That's just too much. It's not what I'm here for.
But listen, just in relation to Jorge, because I feel like that's the biggest fight for Jorge if Colby wins that belt. Because
I think that would be fabricated, personally.
What, their beef?
It's not really beef. They homies.
But see, I call me a mark. I believe it. Like Colby, how unlikable is Colby Covington at this point? Like I believe that Jorge really don't fuck with him no more. I could be wrong.
I can't believe
if this is a work by Jorge Masvidal, they're fucking killing it.
It's
because Jorge seems to for real not like Colby Covington. Real talk. Listen, if you're right and this is a work, these MMA fighters are on to some shit, and they have really caught the bug of hyping fights. Because all bullshit aside, I truly believe they don't like each other no more.
Well, this is what Chuck and Tito tried to do way back in the beginning of goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? So they just tried to make these two.
But their beef was real.
They weren't really enemies, and they tried to make them enemies. So when you see their past history and you see them basically living with each other and wrestling in their apartment and stuff, I'm like, that's a strong bond, if you ask me.
Okay, sorry. Does anybody here believe for a second that maybe Colby's making this shit up?
Oh, he's definitely making it up.
I think this is an act, 100% an act by Colby. I don't think he believes any of the shit he says as far as the whole MAGA thing and saying, talking shit to other fighters. I think he realizes that the only way to get fucking, get a following and get all this shit that he wants is to create a character, almost go pro wrestling on it. It's work too.
Okay, hold on, goddammit. Fuck Colby for a minute. Fucking Nick Diaz. This motherfucker. Is it Jorge? Is that the consensus then at this point? Can we not come up with nothing better?
Oh yeah,
I agree with the commenter that said Dan Hardy. If Dan Hardy is looking to come back, that's a good fight.
But will Nick take that fight though? Nick wants a big fight, right?
No. Nick would respect Dan Hardy. Nick would the way he fought Anderson Silva. He respected him. He wants to fight. He'd be like, I want to fight the best. I think he would respect the Dan Hardy fight. I think.
All due respect to Dan Hardy, he's not Anderson Silva.
Oh, 100%.
I'll give you one. Okay. Someone that is probably looking to make some money now that he's married, GSP.
No. I like that, but not George's. I don't think George out there getting that Caribbean pussy, son. He ain't coming back and fight
you, GSP. You did well, sir.
Did he just move up a couple rungs on your greatest of all time, Fred, just for that?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I actually fuck with George now. I have been a long time detractor of George, but I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't really fuck with George either. So.
I ain't fuck with George for a long time, but listen, he got married to his sister on the beach. I didn't know that they got kids and shit. He's kept that shit secretive. Listen, I fuck with you, George. All due respect. Although I still,
George.
I don't love that you coming back winning the belt, disappearing and shit. Like,
yeah, it was bullshit.
But that's another story.
Now, all we need is a picture, a video of George rolling a blunt and smoking it, and then Fred's right on the train.
Listen, let me tell you something. A fucking picture comes out with George rolling a blunt and smoking it with his black girlfriend, and I will flat go get me a GSP shirt. I'll wear that motherfucker on this podcast proudly.
All right, the only other name besides Jorge Masvidal that I want to see Nick fight, I'd love to see him against Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, I like that. Again,
And
I
then-
don't know if Nick takes that fight at this point, but yeah, that would be a fun fight.
And then dark horse pick, Damian Maia.
Oh, did you mention Carlos Condit before?
He's out. He got hurt.
Yeah, listen, Carlos was about to fight Mickey Gall, and he couldn't even make that fight.
See Carlos Condit, man.
The Damian Maia fight.
Right?
I kind of like that. I don't know if Nick, again, I don't know if he's
I
going
think
to
he would.
that fight, but at least Damian Maia's coming off a big W.
Yeah.
No.
Well, look. I think he would. I think he respects Maia's jiu-jitsu game, and I think Nick likes the fact that that's what Maia hangs his head on, and it'd be fun for me. I think it'd be fun to watch.
But what's the money there too, though? I think
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I think the Robbie Lawler fight's
any of
money.
those fights, wouldn't Nick Diaz be the A side? Jorge as well.
I don't know about Jorge at this point, but all the other ones for sure. All the other ones for sure.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Though, like, you see how hard we're having a hard fucking time coming up with opponents with this dude. It's because it's almost like he pigeonholed himself into a Jorge fight. It's almost like Jorge or bust for him. You know what I mean? And the media's doing it for him. He did it by saying all the stuff he said, and then
the problem with that though is Jorge has a ton of options.
100. Yeah, absolutely.
If Nick Diaz's only option is Jorge, and Jorge's got 3 or 4 different big money fights, that doesn't leave Nick in a really strong bargaining position.
Jorge
You know what I'm
should
saying?
get a title shot.
Yeah, and I agree. But at the same time, Jorge has said before, and I don't know where I read it. I don't know where he said, but I know I've saw it on Twitter. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. He did say he'll fight whoever puts the most zeros behind his name or behind in his bank account, the most zeros, right? I don't know if Colby gives him more money than Nick or vice versa. I'm not sure how that would work as far as the money goes. I'm assuming a title shot gets you paid. Right?
Oh, you know what? How about Ben Askren as his last fight before he gets booted from the UFC?
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Dude, I don't give a fuck about Ben Askren. I said it. I said that shit.
Damn.
Fuck
I like Ben, but yeah, I mean,
people got mad at me for saying, because everyone's calling him overrated. People got mad at me for saying, like, we didn't really get to see him that much in the UFC to call him overrated. But
he didn't do bad against Maia. He just looked really amateurish in the stand-up department. But
his stand-up is dog shit.
If he fights anyone else besides Damian Maia, I think he's dealing with some issues.
Real talk. If Damian Maia's stand-up makes yours look like trash, you fucked up.
Damian Maia's stand-up is really underrated, though, too. He's been practicing kickboxing for a long time. Well, no, he's good.
I'm just thinking that Damian Maia's a little on a upward trajectory, and I know that he wants to kind of keep getting those top contenders. And I think that it would kind of be a disservice to him to get him somebody like Nick Diaz. Although it would be a good money fight for him. But, that's why I'm thinking like a Ben Askren, somebody that's kind of like on a losing streak, or even Stephen Thompson, who just came off a good fight and his first victory in a while.
What's up, Ray?
He rolled another blunt.
I always bring 2. It's always a long show. I bring 2.
I left my vape pen in my other room, so I'm not doing that tonight. Plus, I got to work after this shit. Here's a good one. Oh, here's what Tony was saying. Nick's talking about Cowboy Stadium. Masvidal's the only fight. That's the other thing too. That's what I'm saying. He's pigeonholing himself kind of into only this fight is available for him.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, if they're going to do a big stadium show, then we can kill all this other nonsense. It's Masvidal or bust.
I really doubt
or Covington.
I doubt they would do.
I don't even know if that would. Well, then they ain't giving Nick no title shot. So.
Oh no, they're far from giving Nick a title shot.
He can get a title shot at the BMF belt, Jack, but he ain't getting a title.
Yeah,
no welterweight belt.
Yeah. Anyway, someone was throwing on Twitter. It's like, fuck that, give Nick Connor. And I'm like, nah.
I'm gonna be quickly on Connor, so we ain't gotta talk about dude on the podcast. But I'm telling you right now, as a self-admitted Connor nut hugger, if they make this cowboy fight, I'm gonna be salty about it. Like I want to see,
really?
Yeah, man.
I want to see Gaethje, but
yeah, there you go. That's why, right there.
Yeah, okay.
The real heads know. I want to see him fight Justin Gaethje, man.
Yeah.
I know that's a dangerous fight for dude, but like, come back and win that fight so I can jump on your nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you beat you gonna beat Cowboy, the dude that Justin Gaethje, the guy that's calling you out, just beat. Like, fuck. And here's the problem with that, right? Just like I always say with John Jones. Cowboy could win.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. Fuck it. If you're gonna take a gamble, take the higher ranked opponent. But you want to fuck around and lose the Cowboy, then it's over for realsies. Like at least lose the Gaethje to do the beat Cowboy. Like what the fuck?
You're right.
But
oh my goodness, his stock.
But as a Connor stan over there, you should be rooting for this Cowboy fight because it's the more of the winnable fight, I believe.
See, that's not a real Connor fan. That's a sucker. That's a sucker that don't think that Connor got it. I think Connor can beat Gaethje. I think Connor can beat Khabib. And listen, that's not me. No, I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
I mean, if we were to do like the gladiator move to Khabib, you stab him in the back before he gets into the octagon. I guess
he Tanya Harding his ass. You got Tanya Harding his ass for the fucking fight.
I can't stand y'all. Motherfucker win a couple fights, boy. We make him the unbeat. Yeah, I guess if he stabs him with a bazooka gun.
That's wild.
No, Fred. I'm talking about the fans that attack Eddie every time Eddie even mentions Connor in like a disparaging light, like he's a douchebag, or like even mentions him in like some stupid thing that isn't even disparaging. Like those idiots are the ones that would want to see him back with Cowboy.
What part of Twitter do y'all be on? My timeline, they be killing Connor. Like,
oh, dude, they don't killing on mine.
No Connor nut huggers on my timeline. They just be roasting that.
It's because they're all on mine. Fucking, if I say one thing, I make a joke about Connor, and they're like, "How fucking dare!" By the way, I'm sick of that fook shit.
Yeah, that's
it's not okay. If you
Irish,
fucking idiots.
Some fooks, Jesus,
that's so stupid. People are
cultural appropriation at this point.
That's the stupidest shit. They're like, "Ooh, fook." All right, cool. Let's see how many fooks you give after he loses for a third time, you assholes. Yeah, go ahead. Give him the Khabib fight. Please give him the Khabib fight. Give it to him. Fuck it. Let's end this guy's career. Let's end this guy's career now. Give him the Khabib fight. He gets fucked up by Khabib, and it's over. We don't got to hear from this little bitch anymore.
I just cannot do that. I just can't watch that fight again.
Oh, just hit replay in the first one. That's all that's going to happen.
He should fight Justin Gaethje. He'll probably get this Cowboy fight, but he definitely does not deserve the Khabib fight. Let's not be silly.
Oh, deserve is a strong word. I think deserve went out the window, but went back when UFC made it to Fox Sports.
Way back there.
I'll tell you what, Tony better play his cards right. And go ahead.
I need Tony versus Khabib. I need Tony versus Khabib first.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me play something. You know how they need to make that fight? I can't stand neither one of them boys. And I want to see that fight. Like that fight has to happen.
Yeah. Like we just know it. But no, like this whole thing with Connor's fucking ridiculous. John Kavanaugh tweeted out that they closed SBG to the public. Connor's on the comeback. Yeah, I mean, they're talking about January 18th. Fine.
Listen. Can we talk about Zabit for a minute?
Oh, right. We talked about this last weekend. So UFC Moscow last weekend headlined by Zabit versus Calvin Kattar. Fred, Zabit is bad.
Okay. Zabit's the man.
And y'all get off of Zabit's dick. First off, I didn't even think that performance was all that great.
No, I know.
Zabit's the man.
Listen. Zabit's good. He's a good kid. Don't get me wrong. But I see a lot of people saying, "Is he next for Max Holloway?" Are we all on fucking crack?
Yes, I am on crack.
Get the fuck out. There's always one.
For Max Holloway, I want to see that fight so bad. I can't wait for that headline.
Where's this thing at? The reason I always try to pick a cute little name on these shows for myself. I'm fuck my Twitter. The reason that my name is this tonight, this right here.
You want that fight?
That's who Zabit needs to fight.
Oh, I like that fight.
Yair.
Like, I like that fight.
How Yair has a better strength of record than Zabit.
Mm-hmm.
No, Yair's got wins over Lil Heathen and the Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
Zabit got wins over Lil Heathen and fucking Kattar.
Let's not forget though. I mean, when you talk about the Korean Zombie fight, I always put an asterisk next to it. Of greatness.
That was a beautiful finish, man. It was
nice. It was literally last second, but he was getting his ass beat for that entire fight.
Dude, he almost won that by accident. You got to give him fucking credit. Like, it was fucking sick.
I'm like, okay, so whatever. He gets that win, but when I think about that, I always consider the actual fight. TKZ was fucking him up.
Hey, listen, whole bunch of things was. The end of that fight, TKZ's ass was snoozing, Jack.
Yeah.
With the wildest elbow I've ever seen. But real talk, I want to see Yair Zabit. I think that's the fight. With all due respect to Zabit and Yair, their styles are great. Like,
Jeremiah, explain that one. Explain that one.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, explain that one. He says, too bad Yair backed out of fighting Zabit. Please explain that.
Yeah, remember that they had booked it before, and then something happened, and Yair backed out of it, and then that's when they kicked him out of the UFC for that like couple days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do forget what happened.
They
was playing with his money. Ain't nobody scared of Zabit. You understand me? They was playing with his money.
Nah,
I believe he said he was either injured or something to do with his contract or something like that.
His contract.
But is it crazy that I'm going to agree with Fred and say that Zabit? I get what you guys are saying. He's a great fighter, but I don't see him beating Holloway at all. I think he gets stopped in the first or second round by Max.
Yikes! How dare you?
I just don't think he's on that level. And
Max
honestly,
Holloway isn't even a guy that finishes people. For Christ's sakes, what are we talking about on this podcast?
Damn.
Come on, man.
Wait.
Look, go ahead.
No, it's surprising to me, and I don't know what I'm on, but I agree with Fred. I think Yair versus Zabit should be booked, and then the winner of that, maybe, depending on when T City is back and he gets another win, an impressive win, and then maybe so either the winner of Yair and Zabit against him for number one contender.
So what does Max Holloway do after he walks through Volkanovski? Who do you match him up with?
Wait.
Recover for the next like 6 months.
Yeah, he's Volk's gonna be a motherfucker.
No, I think if anyone's gonna get finished, I think Max is gonna finish Volkanovski. In the second or third round. He's not gonna be able to beat up Max Holloway in the clinch like he's beat up all the other guys.
I agree with
Ray.
that.
What kind of weed you rolling there? I need.
You did that.
That is lemon time.
I do agree with that. I do think that people are getting a little crazy with this Volkanovski fight. Like people are really kind of underrating Max. I haven't seen nothing in Volk. Like who's his biggest win? Is it Aldo?
Aldo. And he really just clinched Aldo up against the fence, which is a nice game plan to nullify Aldo's game, but you're not going to do Max Holloway like that.
And Aldo's a bit long in the tooth, and he's heading to 35. So
why? Sorry, that bugs.
But Aldo also was kind of on a winning streak up until that fight, and he was kind of having that little resurgence. I don't know why he thinks that dropping 10 more pounds is a good idea for him, but that's neither here nor there. I think I agree with you, Ray. I think people will be surprised at that fight, but I just don't see Max Holloway getting out of that fight without taking a lot more damage than people are realizing in that fight.
Where do you see the damage occurring?
I think just because of how aggressive he what's his name has shown to be. That Aldo fight really showed that he was able to really put the pressure on Aldo so fast and so quickly. And he, like you said, he was able to use that clinch game really effectively to stop his kicking game and to stop him from advancing like Aldo kind of likes to do. He likes to kind of stalk his opponents, back him up against the cage, use some of those leg kicks, which he hasn't used in a long time, and he started using recently. He just was nullified completely. And I think he's got a smart enough game plan that I think he'll know that getting into like a fist fight with Max Holloway is not the best idea, but I think
he's gonna have to really. He's gonna have to.
I'm saying you have to pick your shots with Max Holloway. You have to really learn.
He's gonna clinch Max Holloway for sure, but Max Holloway is gonna stave that shit off like he does with everyone else. Look, he's fought better guys in the clinch, in my opinion, than Volkanovski.
Like who?
Frankie Edgar, right? Frankie Edgar couldn't take him down at all, really. And I don't think Volkanovski is going to have much more better luck. And Frankie Edgar has a better gas tank. Have we even seen Volkanovski go 5 rounds? And
doesn't need to.
Well, but he might have to. He might have to this time,
He
Jack.
doesn't finish.
You're right. You're right.
He's
He
not
might
a
he might
finisher.
have to.
He's not
But
a
here's the
finisher.
thing. He's got the ability and the smarts. I think you're underestimating his MMA, as people would put it, his MMA IQ. I think he's got the ability to see the problem in front of him, which is Max Holloway, and I think he's going to find a very effective way of neutralizing what Max Holloway does. And Frank Edgar's not really known as a clincher. He's more of a grind you up against the cage and take you down type of guy. He's not really like a clinch and like wear you down that way. He's more of a I'm going to take you down, try to get you takedowns in the out in the open,
What I
so
was
you
saying
can't really
there
use
is
your
that
cage.
he had him up against the fence, similar to what Volkanovski likes to do, and even Aldo had Max Holloway up against the fence like he's done in previous fights before, and he just kind of is that long, lanky, and that's super hard to take down. I don't know if you guys are jiu-jitsu guys at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, you're right.
Bane of my existence, man. I'm fucking 5'6", so when I'm trying to hit these guys with a single leg or anything, they just kind of like leg out of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Believe me,
5'6".
Eddie gets it.
Yeah.
How tall are you, Eddie?
I'll
5'8"?
tell you, I'm 5'9", but 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. Hey, real quick. Hey, arm drag, duck under, go from behind with a body lock, and then put the foot on the ankle and trip him down.
Wait, so you said, hold on, one more time. Arm drag. Bam.
Get on their back like you're taking their back standing. Get a body lock around their waist, and then put your foot on their heel.
Oh yeah.
And just fall backwards. Because if you go for that single leg, they're gonna fucking sprawl on your ass every 5 seconds. Your arms are not gonna be long enough to grab a leg, unless you're like you time that shit like a fucking G.
So I have these Asian lady hands. They're just not that big, man. I mean, I say they're Asian lady hands because me and my Vietnamese significant other have the same size hands, and it's quite embarrassing. No,
I'm telling you, just try the arm drag to the back take, and then dump them down. You're gonna surprise some motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, man.
You see that though? You see that's the point I'm trying to prove though. I think we underestimate both of them, right? Volkanovski and Max Holloway.
Sure.
The IQ that they bring to this fight is really, really high, and I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I just don't see unless Max Holloway does something that we've never seen him do before and just blow him out of the water, which he could. It's possible, but I don't think he's bringing something so different to the game that Volkanovski is just going to be like confused and like befuddled. I think it's going to be a real strategic game plan, and I think they both have very, very interesting ways to nullify each other.
Man, listen, let me fucking bring a hot take to y'all. Fuck both of them. I'm going to say something right now. Let them fight. I think they do the Yair as a beat fight. I think Yair gets in that ass, and I think we got a goddamn match for that. Listen, I'm telling you what's wilder than that. Whoever wins that Volkanovski Max Holloway fight, I think Yair gets in their ass too.
No shit. I like that.
I might have to go home.
Mexico.
2020. I think Yair Rodriguez is the featherweight.
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
He had one bad fight with Frankie Edgar, where Frankie Edgar exposed his weakness in wrestling. We gonna shore that shit up, and he gonna thunderstrike the fuck out the Russian.
There we go.
And then he gonna thunderstrike the Hawaiian.
I can't believe this guy.
Tag this shit. When it happens next year, I want my props.
All right, real quick. I don't know who this is. I don't know if it would work, but I'm trying to call out Dylan, the UFC fighter. Dylan's not UFC fighter, bro.
I'm saying right now, it won't work. I tried to call CM Punk for months. CM Punk still don't want that smoke, goddammit.
Yeah, good luck, dude.
Back to WWE now, man.
I wish you luck, man. But first of all, he's Bellator, so go for that. But
listen, all due respect, chill out. You might get what you asked for. I was confident against CM Punk. Me and him both ain't real fighters. I don't care how much he trains. Dylan Dennis is low-key a bad motherfucker. He's annoying, but if he grabs a hold of you, what was that name? The Black Mamba, I hope you have some grappling experience, brother.
Look, if you want that smoke against Dylan Dennis, well, is he still out of New York? Go to New York, go to his gym, sign the little waiver, and then get a roll in. See what's up.
Speaking of smoke, I'm getting completely off topic here, but just quickly, did y'all see the little video of Jason Knight fighting in the bathroom stall?
Yeah, okay. Was that okay? I want to ask, is that recent?
I didn't even know if it was actually him. I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that was definitely him.
It looks like him.
I don't know if it was recent, but I think that it was.
It can't be recent because he looked like he was fighting like trash in that goddamn.
Was it at was it at like a Popeyes or some shit? Because I mean that's all the videos I see right now.
I mean, I would imagine it was a bar, Jack, but they were jumping. Old boy was trying to finger gouge his eyes and shit.
He was fighting like trash, man. You don't fight like that.
He's drunk.
I mean, listen, to be fair, he was in a phone booth and he was getting jumped. They were trying to poke him in the eyeball and shit.
That is true.
That's
okay,
anyway.
Someone's got to send me that video, please.
Oh, it's all over Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so enough was the beat. Most of this Russian card, whatever. I guess we at least got to talk about Greg Hardy and Volkov, though, right?
No, we don't.
I know. Easy, Spawat. I know you hate Greg Hardy, and I know I get it.
For those that don't know, Jesse boycotts and fucking goes through with not watching any card Greg Hardy's on.
Jesse takes the hardest stand against Greg Hardy I've ever seen. What was Greg Hardy's broad a Mexican broad? He threw that beating too. Is that what's going on with Jesse here? It was a
no. I just can't endorse somebody that doesn't have remorse for what they've done and just kind of smiles and chuckles along, and nobody gives a damn about it. So no, sorry, I can't.
Okay, you know what? Okay, he's what. Okay, and yeah, his whole history shot and fucked up and everything. And there's some rumors going around that he did it again, but I'm not even gonna entertain that because there's no real like actual proof. But here's what bugged me about him losing this weekend. Not that he lost, is that people were super excited about him losing by decision. You know what I'm saying? Like people were like, "Oh fuck yeah, Greg Hardy lost," and I'm like, "Oh shit, the decision dumb." What? Like, are you really that excited he lost by points, bro? Like, if he got knocked, if he got knocked the fuck out, great. But he got decisioned. Like,
that was almost like a W for Greg Hardy.
Sort of, right?
Kind of. I was waiting for Volkov to beat his ass.
Yep.
Like, I agree with Jesus. I'm just like on the opposite end. Like, I think he's a piece of shit, but I'm front row with my popcorn waiting for somebody to kick his fucking ass. You know what I mean? And like Volkov.
And in the meantime,
what the fuck is this bullshit? Where's Drago at? I'm waiting for the big mean Russian to beat up Apollo, and he
never showed up.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? It was a glorified sparring match. I'll tell you one thing. I'm no fan of Volkov's. He lost me forever. I don't play that shit. Next time I see Volkov, I'm rooting for him to get his ass whooped now. It was a transference of energy that night.
And that's the problem. I think everybody is waiting for that to happen. And I think you're lining his pockets, sort of say, right, with money, because you guys are giving him a platform of, well, I gotta watch him get knocked out, watch him get hurt. And he's just been doing his thing. It's better to ignore people like that.
Giving him a platform. Let's not get quick.
I'm just saying, like, no. And I'm not talking about us, but I'm talking about like any reporter out there, any news site that chooses to interview him and give him the time of day to, talk his crap. I think I saw a quote where he was talking crap about Derek Lewis and stuff like that, right? Like anybody that ran that story and whatever news media that got that quote from him, go screw, because you guys are the problem.
Okay, well, look, I get what you're saying. But at that point, like when sites cover him and give him all the fucking publicity and all that other shit, it's almost like the thing that I've heard from them is like, well, someone's got to do it. It's just like,
It's stupid. No, I don't have to do it.
And I get your point of view. I get your point of view on that. I really do. And honestly, if I was looking for an interview, I wouldn't go looking for him because I don't care for him at all, right? But someone's gonna do it. I wouldn't. I'm just saying someone will.
No, I agree with you.
Greg Hardy versus Black Beast. What's up, Joey? That's the one everyone's asking for?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, shout out to what's his name? Danny from MMA Fighting. Now he's with MMA Junkie. I guess Junkie's now getting all the people that are leaving MMA Fighting. So
MMA Fighting sinking hard. Danny Segura?
Yeah, there you go. Danny
Good
Segura.
dude. He's a good dude.
You know
Everyone
what?
else on that site is trash.
Take this opportunity. I offered my services to MMA Fighting for a brief moment. The window's closed. Now y'all's fucking shit can sink. Fuck y'all. How about that?
Hey, man, the second the nose left, everyone bailed. The Athletic plucked them up, plucked away everybody.
Damn.
ESPN plucked everybody.
I will tell you this. Fred called that back then.
Right, yeah, he did. But I will tell you this much, okay? Is a couple of those guys that went to ESPN proof that you can plagiarize your way to a better spot. 100%. 100%. There's proof out there, folks. You can just Google. You can Google MMA fighting plagiarism. You'll find all the names you need. Anyway, but yeah, for real. But let's see. Volkov lost to Lewis last minute and lost his title shot though. He was never going to be the guy to KO Hardy. I mean, look, last minute fight. I don't blame Volkov for taking a conservative. He was smart. It'd have been nice, but Greg Hardy could have landed one of those little overhand rights and knocked him the fuck out too.
I guess I kind of understand you want to win, but it's a fine line, man. I mean, you want to win impressively. It really does matter. Listen, if Jorge Masvidal has those 3 same wins, right?
Yep.
But in a boring fashion, are we having this conversation about him, how he won? Mattered tremendously. If Volkov would have came out and slept Greg Hardy's funny ass with a head kick and been like, "That's what you get for beating on women, you piece of shit," we'd have been on his dick. We'd have been loving us some Volkov. But that little bullshit he did, and then y'all both happy and shit. Y'all can take that shit and give it back to the Indians.
You know what though, Fred? I think you're thinking of the wrong person to have that kind of pizzazz to beat the hell out of Greg Hardy. Just because I don't think at the part of the world that Volkov comes from, I don't think they care too much about how women are treated as much. So I think he's kind of like, yeah, what's up? You got away with it.
That's very cute of you, Jesus, and partially racist. But I'll tell you what they do care about in that fucking part of the country. Fucking mucho dinero. You understand me? You want to make money, Volkov? Fucking stir the pot. Don't come out with that bullshit.
Oh my God.
No, you're right though. You're right. All right.
What else happened on this card? Did anything else happen? I fucking tend to black out on these fucking foreign cards. I know shit happened. Did anybody else get knocked out or something? Makwan Amirkhani got beaten, right?
That was at 244.
Okay.
That was
Am I wrong on that?
Yeah.
Goddamn cards. Was there any other big fights on this Russian fucking card?
I'm trying to pull it up right now, but fucking.
I thought it was an okay card. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I missed most of it. And, okay, here's one thing that people were talking about halfway through the card. I had a lot of shit to do that day, so I missed most of the card. I only got to catch the co-main in the main. But
I watched all the card, and I don't remember none of it.
There you go. But so I forgot who lost, and they tapped, and McGregor came, and I hate to fucking keep talking about this dude, but he came out and like tweeting about that shit, and I was
Khabib's
like,
cousin. There was another
Khabib's cousin.
Nurmagomedov on the card.
Yeah, but it's like McTapper's talking about, dude, tapping, shut the fuck up, dude. What are you talking about? You tapped twice, 3 times. You tapped 3 times.
Whoa. Wait. Hold on. I want
competition than Khabib's fucking cousin. I mean, who tapped Khabib's cousin? Do we know that gentleman's name?
That's a good point.
David Zawada.
Okay,
it
Ray.
What's up? There you go, Ray.
You know what I mean? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Of course, somebody has to be the guy to say his name. He's no fucking Nate Diaz. God damn it.
Wait.
Joe Duffy.
From the jiu-jitsu guy, the position that what's his name was in, Khabib's cousin.
Yes.
I think what everybody was saying that he tapped on his forehead. So in the position that he was in, if he was able to touch his face and his forehead,
absolutely not.
In that position, he could have dropped some hammer fists. He could have done something to defend himself. Is what a lot of people are saying. Now, educate the masses, Eddie.
That choke was in deep, brother.
Okay.
That choke was in so deep.
There you go.
And he also
your microphone's behind you, Doc.
He also had the threat of the armbar. So, God damn it. I think I'm using my snowball here.
Oh, are you? Okay, my bad.
The threat of the armbar was there too. So, shit.
Right.
He was all kinds of compromise, man. I have no qualms with him tapping his forehead with that one arm in that position. And again, he can tap, but he can't like strike. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
That's what people were saying.
I mean, people underestimate how fast a choke will affect you, right? Like, you ever seen those dudes like those idiot like fucking radio hosts telling Paige Van Zandt or Rose or whoever, hey, it's cute, put me in a rear naked choke. Oh, come on, just do it, put me out. All right, cool. And all those girls do is flex, right? They get the rear naked and they just hand behind the head and they flex.
They go.
And those guys go out within a second. That's fucking real. All right. The reason that some guys are able to fight off and ladies are able to fight off rear naked chokes and other kinds of chokes. I didn't watch the fights. So I don't know what the position you're talking about. But any choke, you get in any choke, it's a second or 2 at best, especially blood chokes. All right. If
So
it's a
he had
trach
him in a-
choke, it's just pain. If it's a blood choke, you're about to go.
Yeah, he had him in a triangle choke, and it was
Gotcha.
locked in. But Nurmagomedov had kind of stacked him a little bit.
Yeah.
So Zawada threatened the armbar, right?
Okay.
And then he had to protect the arm, so he
Mhm.
kind of switched a little bit. And once he switched, that was just way enough.
Yeah. For the layman, it looked like he was in a position to be able to do damage. But what I wanted, which was what Ray did perfectly, is that people underestimate the fact that just because it looks like you're not in a compromised position, you're not in that position, or you're just not educated enough to know that you're just you either tap or you're gonna go to sleep. It's a do or die basically.
Let me tell you
so I just wanted to address the fact that so many people out there, sorry Fred, that want to crap on this dude for saying that he tapped, he's not as good as his cousin, blah blah blah. Like, dude, people get caught and you're in a bad position. You just tap sometimes.
Let me tell you something about most people. Most people are fucking idiots.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Most people are fucking morons. I was at, why I don't go to the bar no more and watch the fight? I was at the bar one night watching the fight.
Dude.
A month of Sundays ago. I swear to God, this fucking dude was there and was like, I see why they don't let monks. He's a fucking hillbilly. I see why they don't let Shaolin monks fighting that stuff. And I'm like, what do you mean, man? They can just reach right in and snatch a man's heart out. And ordinarily, I let that kind of shit fly because it's like, clearly you're a moron, right? But, I had a couple fucking cocktails in me and I had the time. I'm like, you realize that's impossible, right? What? I'm like, no. Nobody can there's a rib cage. You can't fucking penetrate that with your hands, jerk off. Nobody could do that in a real life fight. No, man, they can do it. It's like, okay, fair enough. You're like one of those Trump supporters. It's just, no matter what, you just, okay, whatever. But like, people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Most people probably never actually been in a triangle choke and have no capacity about how strong your legs are when they're wrapped around your little stupid fucking neck. And like you said, how quickly that takes your energy and air. Let me choke the fuck out of you with my hands, which are nowhere near as powerful as my thighs, and go on and try to punch me in my face. See how quickly your strength diminishes as I'm choking the fucking life out of you.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories of God, what's his name? The fighter that would palm strike people.
Boss Rutan.
Boss Rutan. Where he would tell these guys that would say that, if you tried to choke me or triangle to choke you, I'll get your eyes out or something. He's like, oh, go ahead, let me put you in a chokehold and try to gouge my eyes out. Yeah, go ahead and try. Like, he would put himself out there just because, again, it's educating these people that just don't understand what these positions. There's a reason why Royce Gracie was able to do what he did back in UFC 1 against these guys that are master, kickboxers, master boxers,
Giants.
strikers. Big giant dudes, and why he was able to get in there and beat all these guys, because jiu-jitsu is a form of a smaller guy to be able to incapacitate a bigger guy and put him in positions where that strength means nothing, and again, that's all I just wanted to bring out from that fight, was because of the fact that jiu-jitsu is such a beautiful thing that it just goes to show you when someone doesn't know the position that they're looking at. Oh, well, he could have definitely got it out of that, or he could have punched that guy in the face. Nah, man, like there's so much going on, and like Ray said, I mean, he was basically double F'd right there. He had the triangle plus the arm bar. He was boned completely.
Yeah. Look, bottom line, this is why I like going to fights. I like going to events. UFC events are fun. MMA events are fun. But at the same time, I fucking hate them. There's always that one douchebag around you that goes, "Oh, what the fuck? Stand him up!" Like 2 seconds into the fucking ground position, I'm just like, dude, come here. Let me show you what he's doing. Let me show you what he's doing, and then you tell me if you want him to get up. You fuck.
Okay, so listen, there were some fight announcements made. We're running out of time.
Yeah, what you got, Ray?
What fight announcements were made? Macy Barber's fighting
Roxanne Modafferi.
And this is all on one card, right? I feel like maybe, or was it?
Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't gotten.
They announced JDS versus Blades.
Yeah, against Curtis Blades. That was another one of the fights. I feel like these are on the same card. I could be wrong.
That's over in Jeremiah's neck of the woods.
Yeah,
I think right, Jeremiah. Let me know.
I think
and
so.
Frank Yeager's fighting Corey Sandhagen.
That fight is good.
Okay.
I like that fight. That's a
fucking good fight. I did not hear about that one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then real quick, let's talk about this weekend. UFC Sao Paulo main event: Jan Blachowicz against Jacare Souza. Is it just me or does Blachowicz seems like he's like twice the size of Jacare?
This is a tough fight for Jacare, man. Jan is not a man to be messed with. He's determined to get his title shot.
Oh, here we go. Macy's gonna kill Roxy.
Wow.
Roxy's like a zombie. She's like the female Korean zombie. Just walks through
Roxy,
shit.
Just because she's so nice, everybody thinks she's a pushover.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jeremiah's going to those fights. All right. Cool.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. But and then we got Shogun Hua against Paul Craig. Charles Oliveira against Jared Gordon.
Hold on. Back.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can we just take just a brief moment? I know we gotta get. Can we just take a brief moment to mourn the loss of Shogun's relevancy?
I forgot he was fighting, dude.
All due respect to Paul Craig, what the fuck is going on with that? Shogun versus Paul Craig?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that, man. You guys remember what Shogun used to be back in Pride? I say we give him some juice and get him back to the old shape, or let him go run the old shootbox gym or so. Paul Craig.
It's funny. Frankie finally moves down. They still give him a taller, rangier fighter. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
No shit. They give him the fucking biggest guy at 35 possible.
Ooh, here we go. Saying he's gonna light Frankie up. Tough first fight for Frankie.
MMA guys, don't you start with that bullshit on this podcast, man. Frankie Edgar's the man. There's
what if
zero Frankie Edgar slander while I'm in presence?
I'm telling you right now, if Frankie and Jose Aldo can make 135, this is Frankie's first fight at bantamweight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they both make 135, pretty like they just make it and they don't look like they're gonna die. Watch them match him up at some point at 135. Watch.
Well, I know Frankie. Well, I don't know shit, but I'm pretty sure Frankie will make this.
Frankie will make it.
We all been know Frankie can make 35.
Yeah, but
Frankie will make it. I don't know about Jose.
I think Frankie could even kill himself and make 25 if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He's a pretty
Get the fuck
small
out of
kid.
here with that one.
I don't want to see.
You don't think so? I am pretty sure he could.
I mean, listen, if we wanted to like push him to death, possibly, but all right,
Well,
keep
that's
going.
what I'm saying.
Sorry
right.
to cut you off, Eddie.
It's all good.
Just threw me off my shit.
It's all good. And then just throwing out names that are gonna be on there in the prelims. Sergio Moraes against James Krause. Francisco Trinaldo against Bobby Green. Orly Alves taking on Randy Brown. Vanessa Miller against Tracy Cortez. Y'all need to watch Tracy Cortez. All right, I'm just telling you.
Oh my god.
More than one reason for it, but y'all need to watch her because
Yeah.
Oh my god. Here we go.
she's replaced Alexa Grasso in my list of yeah. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, let's not do no fucking list with no females. I
won't.
Real fucking quick.
Oh, we'll get on the Aaron Robbins list with a big old grin on our faces and shit. For those that don't know, just ask somebody later on. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out of here? I'm checking the headlines here.
I'm good, man. Thank you guys for having me, man.
For sure, man. Thanks for coming on. Gilbert Melendez gone from the UFC, got cut. Bellator or Combate Americas or just go do commentary forever? Fred.
I mean, it depends. If he's serious about his career still, Bellator. If he's just trying to get the bag, Combates, and I think he's got a good career in broadcasting. If he wants to do that, a podcast or whatever, like if he wants to do that, he'll be successful at that too. But depends on what he wants to do. If he wants to take shit seriously and possibly get back to the UFC or something, then go to Bellator. If he's just trying to get the bag, go to Combates. I mean, they're fucking Tito and that ex-wrestler. Seems like they're throwing money. So
yeah, Ray, what do you think?
He should just go be a commentator and do a little coaching.
There you go. He owns his own gym in San Fran. So, Jesse, what are you picking on those three?
Oh, Combate for sure. I mean, he's already got the end. The thing I do remember him saying a while back was that his wife was more his future. So I think he was pouring more into being her coach and her career. So I think we'll see him more in her corner than anything. He might end up signing with Bellator since his wife is already there, but I would definitely want to see him, be at Combate. I think they would treat him really good. They already treat him pretty well doing the commentary. And like I always say, he's the highlight of that commentary team.
Tell him why. Tell him why.
At least we talk about the worst part about the English commentary team.
Tell him why.
No. I don't even want to mention that name.
You don't want to mention her name? Okay. Anyway, all right. And then what else was there? So I wanted him to go to Bellator and just do like the wife that like the wife power couple thing for fun and shit. They win a few fights. They get get paid. They both fight the same night they want. So I don't know. And then retire and go do fucking go do commentary, man. Yeah, here's a good one. Jeremiah says Jesse just likes to say combate.
I don't know why I thought you was gonna say porn. This is just where I was going.
You could go do porn, but I wouldn't watch that because dude. Like I seen you all bloodied up and shit, huh?
His wife's hot, ain't she?
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
There you go. I'm still waiting for Paige Van Zandt to just cut the losses, man. All right, and then I don't know if anyone here knows.
She makes a lot more money on her Instagram page, right?
All right, quickly. Listen, we're gonna wrap this up.
We gotta go.
Now. We're gonna end it on something non-MMA and discussion. Before we get out of here, quickly, gentlemen, do you eat ass?
No.
I hate you guys, Jesse.
We haven't this question again.
Yes, we were on Twitter today all this morning. It was a big problem.
I haven't.
Apparently, I'm the only guy.
Okay, wait.
That's all I say.
I'm sorry.
Wait. Is that a have you or do you? That's the question.
Currently, because I haven't.
Well, answer us, Jesse. Have or do you?
I do not. I have.
Oh,
okay. Listen, I have and I do. I got pink eye. I'll catch pink eye. That thing can catch a licking.
You nasty.
Hey, Eddie. I hope you send them that thing to Fred that you sent me earlier, right before the show started.
Oh, on Instagram.
I got some antibiotics for pink eye.
All right, motherfuckers, I gotta get the hell up out of here.
All right, but listen, same. Been a great show.
All right. Ray, real quick, just throw your social media out before you go.
Yes, Darce_smokes, man. Thank you guys for listening, dude, because I know we got kind of crazy on this month.
All right, make sure you follow him. He's got a podcast. You guys check that out. Kirby, of course, is at Kirby_MMA. Jesse's at SWAT1983. I'm at Elaw32, and the show is at KeyboardWarriorsMMA.com. Shout out to everyone that tuned in tonight. Jeremiah. Oh, hey, Jesus Christ. Jeremiah goes, Fred's just a savage. And apparently he's done it once. MMA Gods. Jody was here. Tony. Frederick bailed a little earlier. The dude that wants to fight Dylan Dennis, hey man, just hit him up on Twitter or in Instagram. At some point he'll get back to you. I don't know if he'll fight you, or if you want to do that, but live your dream. And everyone else that tuned in, appreciate you guys to the shit. Oh yeah, real quick, where are we going? We're at thewarriors.com, SpicyPros.com. You guys are the shit. We'll catch you guys next week. Good night. Good night, Wilshire.